Hello and welcome to CGNgames and the Late Night Gaming Show episode 41. We are finally back after a long break. We all went away together as a church and then we've had a load of other stuff happen, so we've had to stay off a little bit longer than we wanted, but we're finally back. And I am joined for this welcome back episode with Mike.
Hello.
He is finally back bringing his PC expertise, which none of us care about. But
It's not so expert, but we'll go with that.
Yeah. So Jodie's not currently here, but she will be back in the next episode, so stay tuned for that. So we're just going to jump in straight away into what have we been playing this week.
What you been playing this week?
Welcome back. It's time for what have we been playing this week. Mike, you've had a long time away since the last time you told us what's been on. So what has been going on in your world?
So obviously Fortnite has been going on quite a bit. I've moved from the 50-50s to the solos now, so I'm doing pretty well.
Is that from the last season, or have you just got back into it since the Christmas slot?
No, I've basically been completing every season's battle pass.
Right, nice.
And then I get a little bit bored and stop playing for a bit. But yeah, that's been it, and frustrated as well. To the point, last season I could not finish that battle pass. I was so annoyed that I had to purchase it with the points, with the V-Bucks. With the V-Bucks that I done through the battle pass. So, I mean, like, it's not too bad because, you know, I got them for free anyway, so let's just get the rest of the skins out of the way. It was that one that I couldn't do, was the kill with a trap.
Oh, yeah.
That one, I couldn't do it, and I tried, I couldn't do it. It was so frustrating. But I ended up buying the last 10 anyway.
Oh, okay.
Well, I say I bought the last 10. I had like 3 left, and I bought 10.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I bought 10, but I bought 10.
Cheaper? Did you get the little...
I got the
little pack that...
Yeah, they put something on sale and stuff. Yeah. But you know what I've been playing now, Tim. You know exactly what I've been playing. And a big thanks to Epic Games again for this one. For another one that is just fantastic to play. So Subnautica. I'm really enjoying that right now. I was actually late to come to here today to see Tim because I was playing Subnautica. I just got to the point where I'm building bases and it's so much fun. Yeah.
So it's currently free on the Epic Store, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you want to get that, pick it up ASAP, which you keep trying to get me to, like, literally every day. It's just, Tim, have you downloaded it yet? Tim, I'm like, no, I've not
downloaded it. Just download it. It's free.
I do, but it's on the PC. That's my problem. I can't bring myself. I haven't been on my PC playing games for quite a while now. So
you need to get back into it.
Perhaps. But what have I been playing this? Well, this specific week has been all about Smash Brothers. We're going to talk about more reviews of the week, but I have literally just been playing that non-stop. We had a few of us got together the other day. Every time a new Smash game comes out, a group of us get together and we just smash it for a bit. And so I was determined to unlock I had to try and get all the characters unlocked before everybody came. But this one obviously had like 74 characters on it, so there was a lot to unlock. But so I played that quite a lot, and then me and my wife have just started playing Stardew Valley, so she's got a Switch for Christmas. I don't mean that she's got... I mean, for the time being, she's got a Switch to play over Christmas, and we're just selling it afterwards because she wants to play Stardew Valley on it, which, of course, she could play on anything else, but it's fun. But it turns into this, like, weird competition between the two of us. So anything like that, or Animal Crossing, things like that, it turns into this weird competition where it's like who can do the best, the quickest. So it's bad times at the moment. I think I was up till about 4 o'clock last night just trying to catch up, because she was like 10 days ahead of me and I couldn't have that. So, but having a good time with all that stuff, but just the Switch killing it as always. So that has been what have we been playing this week. It's now time to move into the news.
It's time for some news, It's time for some news.
Welcome back. It's time for the news, and we have got 8 items on the list today. Our first one, so we've obviously been away for the last sort of 2 weeks, so we're going to be playing catch up a little bit, talking about the biggest stories that we've kind of missed. But obviously some of the new stuff as well. So number 1, the Game Awards happened. Did you watch any of the Game Awards?
I didn't.
I don't understand people who hate on the Game Awards because it is done so well now. I mean, I know in the past it was quite cheesy, but now it's just amazing. It's got something for everybody. I mean, obviously there's the awards and seeing who's won and everything, which is cool. But then they have just like tons of announcements and stuff in it now and everything. It's just so good. You never know what quite what's going to happen. But the actual Game of the Year award, which is obviously the big one that everybody wants, went to God of War. It was actually really unexpected because, like, every category, it just seemed like Red Dead Redemption was getting it every time. And I was just sat there going, please, just give an award to somebody else. God of War, do you think that was a good choice?
I don't know, because I've not played either of those two games. But what I've played in the past, God of War was pretty sick.
Yeah.
I did enjoy some of the games in the past. But I also enjoyed the first Red Dead a bit. I just like tying people up and leaving them on the fly. It was just fun. But yeah, I'd probably say they probably deserved it. And there was a lot of hype with that game. People really enjoyed it.
Really well. It was a big surprise as well because people weren't expecting it to be that good. For me, it was I don't know how it was a hard one because I hadn't had much time with Red Dead Redemption 2. Like I hadn't properly got into it, and I found it hard to. But with God of War, just the entire way through, I had a great time. So I'm happy they won. I'm just happy that somebody else got it because I was just getting sick of them going Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Redemption I know Jodie loves that game, so she probably not agree with me on that one. And on God of War, she I think she got through it pretty quick, but she got to this one point where she'd accidentally put the difficulty right up. She didn't notice. And she got into this one section and she was there for hours. So I don't know if that impacted on her hatred of the game. But she does really like it. But she's all about that Red Dead Redemption.
Didn't you have to do that part for her?
I did, yeah.
Oh, Jodie.
I did. But to be fair, she put the difficulty up massively high. So I was like, just turn it down a little bit. But the other mistake she made, though, because there's kind of two ways you can play that game. You can either just fly through it, get through the story as quickly as possible, or you can like take your time and like explore and like find all the collectibles and everything. The problem is the collectibles is what increases your health. So she just hadn't found any of them. So her health bar was like this. Whereas when I got to it, it was like this. So she was literally, it was like a couple of hits and she was dead. And I was like, oh, Jodie, you should have explored a little bit. So she made it as hard as possible, to be fair. But she did get through it. So a few unexpected announcements that were all switched off, of course. So everybody thought that the Metroid trilogy was going to be announced. And that Metroid Prime 4 was coming out next year. I still don't think Metroid Prime 4 is coming out next year. People need to chill. That game's been in development for like it'll be two and a bit years now. That game is going to take longer than that to make. I'm sorry. Or has it been? No, it's been a year and a half. Sorry. Like I don't want them to make that game in 2 years because it needs a lot more time than that. But it wasn't announced. People were upset. I'm okay with it because I think it will come in January. But Mortal Kombat 11 got announced, and that is for the Switch as well, which was a big shocker because it's like the most violent game on the planet. So I'm surprised they put it on there. And then a big surprise as well was there's a Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 game that got announced, and that is exclusively for Switch. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of Marvel fanboys and fangirls out there who are quite upset about that. But you just have to get over it because the Switch is the best. So yeah, number 2, a game that was announced though at the Game Awards, which people were very excited for, was Crash Team Racing is coming back, all completely redone like Spyro and Crash has been done before. And it was announced for Switch, Xbox, and PS4 all at the same time. But then in the weeks afterwards, the game has been mysteriously vanishing for the Nintendo Switch. So you can't pre-order it anywhere now. It's just disappeared. And then on the official website, it just says coming soon for Switch. So it's not looking good for that, which makes me sad.
And ran into some problems.
I think they want me to double dip like they have on every... Because I played Crash Bandicoot on the PS4. Came out on the Switch, bought it on Switch, obviously. Played it again. I've just played through Spyro. Absolutely loved it on PS4. When that comes out on Switch, I will buy it on Switch and play it again. I think they know that this is what I'm doing, so they want me to do it again, and I refuse. I will do it again. I'm not gonna lie.
You'll sell the game before it goes down in price. There you go.
So, were you a Crash Team Racing fan back in the day?
I don't have very many memories of that game, to be honest with you.
I never had that game, but other people had it, so it was one of those mysterious games that I wanted and had to go around to a friend's house to play. So I do really enjoy it, but I just never had it with me right here. I can't remember if it's on if you can download it on the PS3 or it's PS1 Classic. I think you might be able to do that. So Pro tip if you want to play it now.
Look forward to the medieval one though.
Oh yeah,
That's good.
That was a month or so ago.
Yeah,
yeah, that looked cool. Number 4. Do you remember Soldier Boy, Mike?
Soldier Boy.
Remember Soldier Boy, the rapper?
Yeah.
He now has his own games console.
He also streams on Twitch.
Does he?
No, sorry. He's now banned on Twitch.
Right. That makes more sense.
Because he showed Ice Poseidon in his stream.
Right.
Who is also banned on Twitch. And if you show anything to do with Ice Poseidon on your Twitch stream, you will be banned.
So, Soldier Boy, did you know he had a games console out?
No.
He is killing it in the games department. So he's had 2 games consoles come out. He's got the Soldier Boy console and the Soldier Boy handheld console. Now, there's 2 problems with these consoles, Mike. They already existed before. And what he's essentially doing, he's got his own shop online. And what he's basically doing is, you order from him the console. He then buys the console from China that already exists and then just ships it to you. Oh. And he's charging like $100 more than what it is.
That's terrible.
It doesn't have anything different on it. That's literally what it is. And these games consoles have been out for like 3 years. It's crazy. But there's just been a new one that he's brought out, and it's called the Soldier Boy Console Fuse Game Fuse. The Soldier Boy Game Fuse.
Game Fuse.
And this is the premium console, like the powerful one, the big boy that everybody wants.
Did he bring us over to China?
Well, it's funny you should say that, because this console he had listed for $600, and it's been reduced because he's so kind to about $450. The problem is you can buy this same console that's no different, it is the same one, for about $250.
Oh wow.
And it's less powerful than the Nintendo Switch. And he's charging like nearly double the price for it. It's insane.
Oh gosh.
Now, some other issues that there is with this games console as well is, if you go on his website, he's got all these partners put in it, which is like Ubisoft and like all these different like big games companies blatantly have had no part in this whatsoever, and he's just put the logos up there going it's on it. And the handheld one, I know especially, but the others as well, it's literally got advertised as like 3,000 games, and it's like Mario and Zelda and basically all these illegal ROMs on it.
Oh gosh.
So it's bad. It's bad. So he's essentially basically going, buy my console. He just then literally gets it shipped from China to your house. So he's basically just a middleman that does nothing, and then charges you extra money for that, and then sells you and then puts illegal games on it.
Wow.
Buy now before stocks run out. So if anybody's looking for those sweet Christmas deals and a nice Christmas present for a loved one, Soldier Boy has got you back.
Or Chinese.
You can also buy a Soldier Boy watch, which is a Chinese knockoff of the Apple Watch. There's many other fun things that are on there, so go check it out. Soldier Boy's website.
Soldier Boy was cheesy enough before this happened. How he's possibly added more cheese into his life is...
It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's unbelievable. Moving on, Smash Brothers has been selling like it absolutely insane. We don't actually have full hard numbers on Europe and America yet, but Japan's sales came out and it's hit something like 1.4 million in like 3 days, which is insane for one region. So that game is absolutely murdering. And again, we're going to be talking about that more in the reviews of the week. Moving on, Kingdom Hearts 3 has been in development for I think it's been like over 10 years now. And it literally comes out towards the back end of January. And just now, the games have started being leaked all over the place. So somebody is apparently actually selling the whole game on disc on Facebook. And he's actually selling them around. So people actually have that game now, and they're like leaking footage and all sorts all over the place. So can you imagine you've been waiting over 10 years for this game, and then a month before it starts getting leaked? So stay safe, children. Stay away from the internet. Don't buy illegal dodgy copies. No. Stay away from YouTube in terms of not away from YouTube, but don't type in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's not worth the risk. Just don't go on social media. Yeah. Like if you ever want to not see spoilers, like before you're about to watch or play something, don't go on the internet.
It's a bad place.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Full of memes and death to your happiness.
That is true. That is absolutely true. Number 7, Fortnite news, Mike. Fortnite's actually not been in our news for a while,
No?
which I'm really proud of because I hate it. I hate it being in the news every time. But so before we get onto the Fortnite Vix's backstory here, there's a game that's I'm assuming it's on the Google Play Store as well, but I know it's on like the App Store and everything, and it's called Infinity Blade. Infinity Blade 1, 2, and 3. These were like big, crazy graphical powerhouse games when they first came out quite a long time ago. To be honest, I can't even remember how. I think I had it on there when I got like my iPad 2 or something. But they do look great, and they were like, to me, they were like the first proper games on mobile. Like they just worked really well. And Epic has just removed them from all the stores. They like literally just took them all off, and they basically said like, we don't want to support it anymore. As in like every time like Apple does brings out a new iOS, they have to like all the games and stuff have to be brought up to the same operating system, and I just don't think they can be bothered doing that anymore. Which is sad because it is just like it's such a historic mobile game, but it's just really good. So if you bought it already, you can still re-download it. So I recommend if you own it, download it now and play it, because eventually that game will just stop working. And I have like a few games on my iPad and stuff that I loved, and I can't play them anymore because it just doesn't let you. It makes me sad. But I guess it's just like if you upgrade your games, consoles and stuff, not all your games necessarily go with you, apart from on Steam and PC and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I recommend if you wanna relive the glory days, re-download it, because you can re-download it if you purchased it and play it again. I might actually do a playthrough of the first one just to archive the game footage because I enjoyed it so much. But basically, they took that off the store, and then I think it was like a week or so later, the Infinity Blade from the game showed up in Fortnite, Mike. Did you see it? Did you see
I did.
See anybody with it?
Oh, yes, I did. Did you see the Winter Invitational?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, indeed. So tell us what happened there, Mike.
So it got right to the end, and everyone's building up, and there's people like... It basically, the storm's coming in, and they're all moving along, and it gets to the very end, and there's a few people left. And then the next minute... I was watching this Twitch stream, and it just cuts to this guy coming down with the Infinity Blade and just cutting people down, killing, like destroying all the structure and everything. Like, you just see people dying everywhere. He's like, "Oh, this is stupid!" Like, he just won so much money by getting someone that was overpowered and shouldn't have been put in.
Yeah, so there was a lot of them that were very upset about it. So apparently the problem is that it has a high, like when you're like mining resources, I don't know what you call it, but when you're mining the resources and that, it does it really fast, which is apparently, and then it destroys structures really easily. So a lot of people are upset about that. Yeah, I think it's funny. I think they should do things like that. It's funny, but obviously don't do it around the time of a tournament.
No,
when people have been like, so apparently people have been grinding for ages to try and get in the tournament. And then they just got destroyed by this stupid sword. Yeah. But it's kind of cool. But they basically took that out of the game now. They've vaulted it, as they've said, and said they will look into how they do. What did they call them? I can't remember what they call them. The special weapons, anyway. Yeah. I can't remember what the term was.
Thanos.
Yeah, but I can't. What were they called? It's going to annoy me now. I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, like when they bring in stuff from that. But I thought it was cool that they put that in there.
Yeah,
but maybe not.
Cool.
Maybe not.
Not in the tournament. But I mean, like, it was pretty fun to play. I actually got hold of it in the game. That was pretty fun. Just leaping across the sky and then chopping people up with swords. Especially in, what's the one that they've been doing recently? It's the first 100 eliminations, 2 teams. But in that, it was very fun because, like, you just went around, like, everyone's, like, 100 health, no shield. So, you just went around chopping people down with 200 health and 200 shield. It was great.
Yeah, so it's a nice little... It was nice that they put it in there, considering they took the game off. But it annoys me that they took the game off because it's like, surely it doesn't take that much to just get it updated for the next operating system. But they put time into putting it into a game that got took out in about 2 minutes. There you go. So there you go. And then our final sort of story, or what's been going on at the moment, is the Epic Games Store has just kind of gone insane. So Epic's been making a lot of that Fortnite money. It's all about that Fortnite money. But they've not just been putting it in the bank and going, look how much money we've made. They've been investing it into a new online store. And at the Game Awards, it just seemed to be everywhere. It was like every game that came up, it was like exclusively on Epic Games Store, exclusively on Epic Games Store, get it on Epic Games Store. And they basically, like you were talking about Subnautica before, it was supposed to be on other platforms and everything, and they've just basically robbed it. And they've done this with quite a few games. But the whole thing is that basically they take something like an 18% cut of every sale that's made on there, whereas Steam takes 30%. And Steam is like, because of the 30% that they do, like all the big AAA games have been moving off Steam and going onto their own platforms. Like EA's got their own Origin platform and Ubisoft's got their own one, and they've all been taking the games off. But what's annoyed a lot of smaller companies is that what they've done now is they've said, if you sell something like, if you used to get 20 million in revenue or something, we'll drop the percentage down to 20% or something. So basically, if you've just made your own game and you're small and you put it out there, you will pay 30%. But if you're a massive company that makes millions, you now get a nice little, almost like a nice little tax break. So Steam's just been screwing people over, and I think all these companies are just going over now because so the Epic Games Store is taking in way less, but then they're doing things like affiliate links that are in YouTube. The YouTube is doing stuff. They get like 5% of the profits, and Epic are actually going to pay that 5% on behalf. So you won't lose that money if you're publishing your game on their platform. So they're just doing loads to like entice them all over. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So Steam could be in trouble if they don't do something soon. Mike, your beloved Steam. What would you do? What would happen?
So my games are still there. So as long as they stay there, I'm not too bothered what happens to Steam.
I'm interested. I am really interested to see if people will move over to Epic. I mean, I guess it comes down to the games. If all these big games start moving over and they're not on Steam, people will. But the thing is with PC, you don't really lose anything from doing that because you, like you just said, you still have your Steam account. Yeah. So it doesn't actually really matter to the player, does it?
No.
But if the only place you can buy that game is the Epic Games Store, that's money that Steam's going to lose. Yeah. So I don't think Steam aren't going to go anywhere, don't get me wrong. And they still got like, even if every game just disappeared off their store, they've still got things like Counter-Strike and their own games that do really well. So it's not going to go anywhere, but they're just going to not make as much money by any.
It's obvious they're trying to fight back as well with free games like CS:GO. Scumbags Steam. Give me a rubbish badge just to replace the fact that I bought that game from you.
Yeah.
And then putting a battle royale, and that's pretty rubbish if you've played it, and it's not too much fun.
So yeah, I think if Epic keep it up, I think they could do a lot of damage there.
Oh yeah.
But Steam have like a notoriously bad like customer service and everything, so they just need to do better with that. But I don't know if do you know if they do refunds on the Epic Games Store like they do on Steam?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Because I feel like that's something that if they don't do that, like people really like that, don't they? That you get something like 2 hours game time, and then if you don't like it, you can just return it, which is crazy. There you go. So that has been the news. We're now going to move into our next section, which is what is out this week.
Can someone tell me what's out this week? Hey-oh.
Welcome back. It's time for what is out this week, and we have come back on a killer week where there is obviously tons of games because it's nearly Christmas. So all the games come out about a week before Christmas, don't they, Mike? All the big games. Week before Christmas. Smashing out there. So today, as always, I will give you the list of all the noteworthy games coming out this week, and then my co-host, Mike, will let you know which one you should spend your money on. So we have a grand total of 1 game on the list today. And that game is a Nintendo Switch game, but has previously been on other platforms. And that is Firewatch. So Firewatch actually comes out today, which is, the time of this recording is Monday, but you will see this on Tuesday, I think. It might be up before then, we'll see. And that's it. There is nothing else out. It's hardly a surprise, because who's going to bring a game out a week before Christmas? Firewatch, that's what they'll do. Are you a Firewatch fan?
Never played it.
Never played it.
Never
Don't
saw
care.
it.
It's £15 on the Switch, and I will not be buying it, because I played about a quarter of it and got bored. It was all right, but I got bored.
Okay.
So there you go. So our pick of the week is Firewatch. Even though we didn't sell it to you at all. No. It's supposed to be really good. I've just never really gotten into it.
That's not our pick of the week.
It has to be
No,
because
no.
it's the only one.
Subnautica. Subnautica.
But that came out.
And it came out ages ago, but it's free.
So download that instead for free on your
Don't
PC.
buy that. Get a free game that's meant to be £19.56 up till the 27th of December.
How much is it supposed to be?
£19.56.
Wow. I need to download it.
And then Super Meat Boy, nice. Epic, you're great. Oh, you're epic. Sorry, there you go.
See, Mike's already been enticed.
I am.
They're dangling the carrot, and Mike's just going,
Free games.
free games.
It's like free Tetris on the internet. It's great.
Oh, gosh. So, we're going to move into our next section, which is Reviews of the Week.
Oh, it's time to get funky. With reviews of the week.
Welcome back. It is time for Reviews of the Week, and I'm happy that Mike can actually input on this one a little bit because of our little play session the other day. So we are going to be reviewing very quickly Smash Brothers Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. Oh my word. It's been a long time coming, but it's here, and it is incredible. So Mike, we had our little Smash night.
Yeah.
We had a good time. We played a lot of matches. We tried out different modes. We tried messing with the rules and stuff. What were your first impressions just straight off? You saw all the characters unlocked. What was it like for you?
I loved it.
You loved it?
Oh yeah. You can't. I'm sorry. Smash is just one of those games that will forever remain with you. It really is like insanely good. So much fun. But at the same time, it's got that right balance between raging and throwing your remote through the window and having an incredible time beating your friends.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it just adds so many funny moments.
Oh
and,
yeah.
My main character is Bowser, and I hate that I never wanted that to be. I would never choose that as my main character, but it's just the one that I'm best with. I just always have been. But there's this move where you can basically grab them, jump into the air, and slam them on the ground, and they'll go flying off. But I have to tell this story because it was one of those things where I was told it couldn't be done, but I did it. My brother was like, you know what, right, so I had this thing that I was doing. So I was using this move where I was grabbing him, but we'd go on a small stage and basically grab him and then commit suicide with me and the other person. So I grab him, jump off the edge while still holding him and just purposely jump off the edge and they couldn't do anything about it. And my brother said, stop doing that, Tim, because you can't win that way. Because you obviously lose a point but gain a point, so you just end up punting. And I was like, no, it can be done. If other people that land on get zero points, I can win. So I think I actually got 12 KOs on that. So I jumped off 12 times with somebody. It's so funny. I actually saved the replay, so hopefully I could put that up for all you guys to see. But it was so funny, and it went sudden death, and there was me, you, and Andy. I think was left.
Oh, was it you and Andy? I think
There was 3 people. Oh, maybe Matthew was in it as well.
It might
I thought it was you two. But basically, I was Bowser over on this side and you two were on this side. I just ran and torpedoed. Because I love his smash attack. He just like uses both feet and just goes like that. And both went flying off. And it was like, I actually won that way. And my brother was just gobsmacked. And I was like, that's how it's done, boys and girls. But it's just so many funny things you can do. Like, so you can actually play it really seriously and have like no items off and just have one-on-one battles and everything like they do with the pros. Or you can just put loads of items on and just make stupid rules like make yourself huge or small and really fast, really slow. It's just so funny and you have such a good time. And some of the other... This is easily the Smash Brothers game that I've played the most already, without a doubt. And it's because of the single-player element to the game. They've just done such a good job on. So the main single player mode is called Spirits, not to be confused with like ghosts and spirits. It's not like that. They basically replaced trophies with this, which makes me sad because it was the best to unlock trophies. And you get those 3D sort of models, and you can spin around and give you a bit of history on them. I'm really surprised they took out the history aspect of it. So basically, it's just these pictures, and you collect these pictures, but it's on this sort of single player story mode. I say story, there's like 3 cutscenes and that's it. But you get basically put on this giant map because basically every single character dies and only Kirby survives. And the actual like opening cutscene is incredible. But you basically go around this humongous map and you basically do all these like mini fights, but all these fights are like based on characters from different games. So there's something like 1,500 of these spirits that you can collect, and each one of those. So like let's say I'm trying to think of one that I saw. So basically, there'll be like there's a random character off a cooking game on the DS. I can't remember what it was called, but it was basically like this 2D chef guy. And basically, what they'll do is they'll modify the match. So there'll be a character that somehow looks like a chef, or they'll change the color of it. But then the thing will be like tons of food will drop in that match, and the character that you're fighting against, if that picks up some of that food, its stats increase. So it's things like that. So they do really clever ways of matching it with what the spirit or the character is, and they modify the match in a way that sort of imitates what that character sort of represents. So there's literally over 1,500 different modified matches to do in this mode, and it's insane. And you collect all these different ones, but they have a spirit board as well, which they call a spirit board. Basically, you click on it, and then it just comes up with a load of characters that you can just fight then and then without having to run around this map, and you just collect them. And it's so fun, and it's so good. And I've literally just every day I just go on it, and it literally the spirit board makes it sound really bad, but it's not it's literally nothing like that. It's basically just it just comes up with a load of characters. It's not like there's just nothing dodgy there. Don't worry. There's nothing dodgy there. But every 5 minutes, all the characters renew. And the more you play it, the more can come up in one go. So at the moment, I think I've got like 10 can come up, so I can choose between 10 to fight. And then after 5 minutes, another 10 come through, and you can fight them. And I just can't, like, you just get addicted to it, and you just can't stop. And you just want to do more and more and more. And they've just done an event as well. So they do events every so often, and they basically did an event where it was like characters with glasses turn up more, and it gives you increased rewards if you beat them. So there'd be like 4 with glasses that would turn up every 5 minutes, and you could fight them and you get more gold to spend in the shop and stuff. So it's just got a lot of stuff to do. And then it's got the classic mode, which is like your classic arcade mode where you do like 5 different things, and there's even bosses in this. So I fought Ganon as a boss, like the one from actually Ocarina of Time. Like they actually put a giant one of them and you fought it like a boss. So cool. There's just so much good stuff, and you could literally play this for hours. And I think they've actually just said that they don't. Well, Sakurai, who made the game, has just said that he doesn't expect there to be a Smash Brothers for 10 years now. So until the next console, I guess. But I think it's good because I think it needed to be this thing that's more like a platform that they keep adding to over time.
Yeah.
And just keep adding characters and modes and different things. My only sad bit is there's no home run contest now. It's gone. It's not on there. There's no home run contest. So I was like, that's the one that you go to for fun. I hope they do. I hope they do, because it's just one of those things where you just...
Unless they turn it into a whole separate game. Home run contest.
Yeah. So, to me, this game, right, is Game of the Year. With an exception. The online is the worst thing that has ever been conceived by mankind. So, Nintendo, if you want this to be Game of the Year, I know that you care deeply about what gets CGN Game of the Year. If you want this to be Game of the Year, sort the online out and you'll win. But at the moment, I actually haven't managed to get online once. I haven't got online once, Mike. And people who have, basically, apparently the situation is you can do one-on-ones fine. Anything past that, the game is so laggy that it's actually unplayable. It's that bad. So I'm just like, it's so close. I'm like, it is literally a perfect game, bar this aspect of it. So we will be doing our Game of the Year awards in January. Start of January. Nintendo, you've got till then to sort it out. If you can sort it out then, I can get on there, have a few decent matches, have a good time. You win. If you don't, I'm going to cry, and something rubbish is going to get Game of the Year. So there you go. So in terms of a score, it's difficult. I'm not going to give a score till January because I want to give them time. I'd never give any game time, but I have to give this one time to sort it out. So, I mean, if I gave it a score right now, it'd get a 9.5. Yes. So if they can sort the online out, that will easily go up to 10. And in terms of morality, the whole spirits thing, like I said, it sounds worse than it is.
Yeah.
I don't think you can really call it... Like, it's all about fighting, but it's all very cartoony fighting and stuff. I don't think there's anything to worry about. I think it gets a quite comfortable 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
So there's a few things, you know, you might want to watch out for, but I think overall, I think it's pretty okay for everybody.
No gore or anything like that.
Absolutely not. So it's good fun for all the family. I think you'll have a great time. So there you go. What can I say? It's Smash is back, and it is the ultimate. It is the ultimate. So there you go. That has been Reviews of the Week. It's now time to move into our final topic, and that is Topic of the Week.
Topic of the week.
Okay, welcome back. It's time for our Topic of the Week, and our topic is going to be slightly different, as it is Christmas time. It is Christmas time. I'm patting my belly because I'm preparing it for parsnip soup. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing our Christmas list, mate. We're going to be saying we're going to be sharing what we think are the best games to play over the Christmas period now. So this isn't necessarily what we're saying buy. If you might already have these games, or you might want to buy these games for somebody else as a present in this season of giving.
Yeah.
What do we recommend as games to play? So what we'll do is we'll take it in turns.
Okay.
We'll take it in turns. So I know that you're going to be. I know the first game that you're going to say. So I'm going to go first to just give us a bit of space. So my first game that I definitely recommend, if you have a PS4 or an Xbox One, I recommend you get Spyro the Reignited Trilogy. I've played through 2.5 of the games. I've actually been saving the third game mainly for when it's Christmas time. I just get the chill out time. It's good because it's a really high quality game. It's quite cheap. It's only straight out the bat it was 30 quid, but you can play through it really quickly. So I feel like that's a great game to open up on Christmas Day and then just go Spyro time and just smash through that game in like 2 days. But yeah, especially if you grew up with Spyro, my gosh, you'll have a great time with that. Over to you, Mike.
Well, I'm going to smash Tim's idea of what he thought I was going to suggest. I'm going to go with Jackbox game.
Oh, okay.
With the party pack.
Yeah.
It's great for families. Well, I'll say for family. it can be great for families. It just depends on how tame your family is.
Yeah, it definitely is.
You make it your own kind of game, really. But it's good fun to, if you got a lot of people, everyone can really access it through your phones.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. It's dead easy to play, dead easy to set up.
Yeah.
You've got a good internet connection at home, go for it.
It's good as well, even if you're having like a party or you've got loads of people coming over, you can have like 20 people join in.
Yeah.
So even if you'll have something like 4 people actually giving the answers to the questions and the funny bits.
Audience.
But then there can be an audience and vote on who wins and stuff. So yeah, it's good for any size really, isn't it? Apart from 2 people.
It's also very good for Twitch streamers as well, because obviously like you can have the audience. Your Twitch stream chat can join the audience and vote. I mean,
yeah,
it's good fun.
Yeah,
and it's on sale on the Switch at the moment. I think it's like £13 or £12.50.
Yeah, it's usually
like
between 10 and 12, something like that. It's
good
definitely.
price.
I think I only have Jackbox Party Pack 3.
Yeah.
There's no reason why I bought number 3. I think that was the first one that came out on the Switch for some reason. I have no desire to buy the others because I don't want to spend that much money. But definitely just buy one, at least one, and it's definitely a good one just to have on there anyway. Cool. My second game is going to be which one do I want to choose out of these two to share now? I'm going to go with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
Yes.
This is a great one if you're in the market for a Nintendo Switch. They have a limited edition bundle, which is a Pikachu and Eevee one. And it's really nice. It comes with the game pre-downloaded on it, and it comes with the Pokeball Plus. That Pokeball Plus is surprisingly good. Everything about it is great. It's just a little bit small, but if you're in the market for a Switch, it's a great one to have. But also, again, it's a game that you can actually get through relatively quick. While we were away, I actually finished it. I think on like the second day or something, because I've been playing it previously. But I had an extra copy that you played that I gave you for the week the night to sell it on. But
I beat Jodie.
You beat Jodie.
Jodie's probably still going for it now. I beat Jodie.
Yeah, she was quite upset about that.
Yeah, she was.
It turned into like a saying with me and Becca. It turns into this race. Mike and Jodie was just this crazy race between the two. Yeah, and every morning it would just be, "What are you up to?"
I think she'd done like 3 badges and I'd done like 6.
Yeah.
Well, it was she'd had it before me as well.
Well, the thing is, you were like neck and neck for a while. She was ahead of you for quite a while. Then you got neck and neck for a bit. And then it was just like overnight. You just did like 3 gyms and you're on your way to I was gonna say Buckingham Palace. That's you're on Victory Road. It was like insane. Just happened all of a sudden. I was like flipping heck. But yeah, I had such a good time with that game, and it was just so fun living the old memories. But I don't care what anybody says. That game is awesome, and I love like being able to have your Pokemon following you behind, and I think they made a lot of improvements. I don't like the Pokemon Go aspect of it in terms of the way it links up with your phone. The reason I don't like it is because I just think it makes the end game pointless. Because I remember back in the day, we had a horrible moment. I still relive it now. Me and my brother had one cartridge, and all we needed was something like a Wartortle in the Pokédex, and we'd done it. We got them all, and that was like the big thing. It was like that was what you did. And then my brother, for some reason, lent the cartridge to somebody. He was like, "Don't worry, they're not going to save the game." They saved the game. We lost everything. So I still relive that. But part of it, the big part is getting all 151 Pokemon. And you can now just transfer them all into Pokemon Go. Pointless. I refuse to do that, by the way. I'm not doing it. The only thing I'm going to transfer over is the new Pokemon Meltan, because that's the only way you can get it. Like, that's literally, they made it in that way. So basically, you link your phone to it and you get a little package, and then you basically can use that as a lure for half an hour in the real world on Pokemon Go. Then you got to transfer the Pokemon over. So that's the only thing I'm using it for. I just think it ruins the game. Just ruins the game. It upsets me on a deep level. But yeah, it's a really great one for Christmas. I think if you gave that to somebody as a present, they'd open it. There's like you can even just get the game and the ball as a package. You can get the game in its own. There's loads of options, but it's a game you'll open up and just have a great time for like a couple of days if you want to, or you can make it last longer. But there's loads of good end game stuff as well. But it's good. Over to you, Mike. What's your next one?
I'm gonna go with Human Fall Flat.
Okay.
That was so much fun to play. It's so ridiculous. It's stupid. I mean, you walk around flailing your arms. And I mean, the most part of the time that you'll spend playing this game, if you're playing it co-op with someone, you just spend it grabbing each other, trying to throw each other off the edge of the cliffs.
That was basically what
we did. We played it for hours, really. It was good fun.
It was.
You get your head stuck in things and all sorts. Yeah, it's just funny that
it can be quite hard at times,
yeah,
isn't it? Because it's a bit of a puzzle aspect to it.
Yeah, well, it's a fun game.
Yeah,
I'd recommend it.
Yeah. So we'll do 2 more each, and we'll leave it there. So my next one is of course going to be Smash Brothers. We talked about it already, but again, it's another game where you can have up to 8 people playing at the same time. Again, if you have a large group of people, you can have a blast with this game. You can play it in short bursts if you want to. You can play it for hours if you want to. So there's loads of options depending on like what it's like for you at Christmas, whether you see loads of family or you don't. You can play it for long periods of time or short, and it's a great like sort of party game if you want it to be. Yeah. So that's my next one, Mike. Okay.
Mario Party.
Mario Party. I was thinking, I'm running out of time. That's the right one.
It's got to be Mario Party. It's a good fun game. It's got loads of little different mini games in it. Different ways you can play the game. You can play the board, or you can play the raft one, which is quite fun. Yeah. You go down the raft and go down a river and try and steer. It's fun, and you'll work your own ways out of steering those rafts and stuff like that. But yeah, I'd highly recommend that game. Yeah,
good stuff. So I've only got one left. It's hard. I'm going to say, I don't want to say, but I'm going to say it. Red Dead Redemption 2. If you are over 18, for a start, it's good. So I'm planning on playing this over Christmas. I haven't really properly gotten into it because it's not a game that you can just do in short bursts. You can't just go, I'm going to play it for 15 minutes. You just can't. It takes 15 minutes to get from one place to the next. So you need to have be able to have long play sessions and a good sit down time, and I think like that for me, like I'm off for like a week now at work, so I'm like I've got time to play that and put time into it, and I think like great day to play on Boxing Day when you just get to sit at home and have a good time. So I'm planning on playing that over Christmas. So I think if you this sort of period of time is a great time if you've got loads of free time on your hands to just get through games that you haven't managed to finish off yet. So Red Dead Redemption 2. Mike,
my last one.
You got one more.
Subnautica. It's free. It's free as long as you get it before the 27th of December. It's free. It's basically a survival mode game. I mean, you can play it in different ways. You can either play it as survival mode, so like you actually have to like drink and eat and make sure your health stays up because obviously there's lots of monsters and stuff. You're on an alien planet, or you can play it where you don't do that, and you just build and explore. You basically you got to try and build a base. I think the end game, from what I could tell so far, spoiler alert, sorry, is to it's kind of like is it Stargate? I think.
Okay.
Stargate. I think it's about building a gate to get off this planet.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's the end game.
Right.
But yeah, it's really fun. If you just want a game to wander around under the sea and stab a few random fish for no reason, or just to go mining under sea and build bases under sea, build little ships to drive around and all that kind of stuff. It's a good fun game. I'd suggest it.
Good stuff. So then a final joint one, which we discussed before, which I don't like bringing it up, but Fortnite, yes, it's a good. I think with it being the Christmas theme, it just feels like Christmas.
Yeah.
They've added planes,
yes,
which you've been enjoying.
Planes are so
I literally jumped in a plane and crashed into somebody else immediately. It was funny though. But as well, like if you've got younger ones, or you're struggling to buy presents for anything like that, there is the Deep Freeze bundle, which you can get as a physical box, which is great for Christmas. It only comes with like a code and stuff in it for stuff to unlock. But it's if you physically want to hand somebody something, that's a nice little present. And it's weird that like a lot of places is like £25, but you can get it like loads of places for 20. I don't know why. It's £5 more in some places. But as well, that gives you enough V-Bucks to get the battle pass.
And so then you get the battle pass.
Exactly, and then you got a cool,
forever.
You got a nice little skin that's different to a lot of the people's ones. So it's cool. They were very smart to do that. They were very smart to do that. So yeah, I think that's a game that is free. You don't have to buy that bundle to do that. But you know, you can just download that on whatever you want, and you can download it on mobile or anything like that. Yeah. And you could literally, that could be the one game you play for the whole Christmas quite easily if you got into it enough. So there you go. What better way to finish this off than with Fortnite? Oh gosh. My word. So we hope you enjoyed this video. We have got a lot coming up in January. We're going to be changing how we do reviews slightly in January as well, so stay tuned for that. We'll give you a channel update in January like we did a while ago to let you know how it's all going. Really excited for that. We've got loads coming up. Jodie will be back as well after January. We're going to have some smaller videos going up over the next few days as well, so we're not leaving you with absolutely nothing over the Christmas period, so don't worry. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you absolutely hated it, of course, you can give it a thumbs down. And if you want to see loads more cool videos like this and all the stuff we've got coming up very soon, then hit that subscribe button. And if you hit the bell button, you'll be notified of every new video as well. So thanks for joining us, and we will see you very, very soon. And Merry Christmas.
Bye.